Christians, make sure you share this video, like it, download it, and watch to the end. What God told me about Islam will blow your mind. Satan, who is Allah, has been defeated according to revelation God gave me. So how did he create Islam? The Jews rejected the Messiah to be God and Messiah. The Jews also rejected Jesus because they wanted a warrior who would take them to war, to fight the world and conquer the Romans so that they can rule over the world. Satan took an idea from there and waited 600 years after Jesus' death and resurrection and brought Mohammed as a false prophet and gave him the same mission, the thought of the Jews that they don't want a prophet, they want a soldier. So he created a prophet. In the beginning, Muhammad was like a prophet, preaching his message to the Meccans. It did not work. So now Muhammad was given the power to fight people after he went to Medina and came back to Mecca. He was given the power now to force people, and that is the spirit of Satan. It always forces people to believe in things that Satan wants. But because the beginning message of Muhammad did not work, Satan wants to conquer the world. So he used Muhammad, and Muhammad started going from world to world. And if you read Sahih Muslim 22, Sahih Muslim is on the screen. I don't want any stupid Muslim to come and lie here. Sahih Muslim, Muhammad said he is commanded to fight people until they say there is no God but Allah. So Hindus, Christians, Jews, every religion in the world, Muhammad is instructed to fight them till they leave their religion and come and say there is no God but there is Allah. This is Muhammad's own statement, because Satan is the one using Muhammad, and the mission of Muhammad was to conquer the whole world and deceive people. That is why Satan is the deceiver of the world. So what happened? When Muhammad was poisoned by the Jewish woman and Muhammad died, the mission of Satan came to an end. So when Satan tempted Job, destroyed everything around Job, and Job still stood for the Lord, Satan had to withdraw as a sign of losing. And then God lifted Job. When Muhammad was killed, the mission of Satan came to an end. So Islam died when Muhammad died. Islam died when Muhammad died. So Satan withdrew from Islam because Muhammad, who he sent as his messenger, that is why when you are taking Shahada, you said Allah is God and Muhammad is his prophet. You see? So Muhammad is the only prophet of Allah because Muhammad is the one Allah is using to conquer the world. So when Muhammad died, Islam died with Muhammad. And if you read Sunnah Ibn Majah 398, Muhammad also prophesied something that the way Islam began strange, it will return back to being strange. And the word being strange means Islam began small group before it spread across the world when Muhammad started fighting people. As he said in Sahih Muslim 22, it will return back as being strange. It means Islam will return back as being small. So do you know why Muhammad prophesied this? Because the spirit in him is Satan's spirit, and Satan knew that his mission was going to fail. So Muhammad prophesied how Islam is going to end, that it began as a strange thing and it will return back to being strange. It means Islam has died when Muhammad died. And if Christians will rise up and help the Muslims, many will leave Islam. The sheikhs, they know what I'm saying. They are crying every day in their secret rooms and they are thinking of how they can make the Muslims stay, but it's not working. They are living in their numbers because Satan, his work is done. He has withdrawn from Islam. He lost when Muhammad died, but people don't know this. So the Christians don't know this mystery, so they are focused their mind on only going to church. But if they understand this, they will know that what God wants right now is to come out in your numbers and help the apologetic ministry by helping the Muslims to come out of Islam. That is the number one thing. And after Muslims leaving Islam, there will be a revival of the Holy Ghost. And things will begin to change across the world. This is what God told me. Share the video and continue to watch to the end. So when Muhammad died, there were so many things that happened in Mecca. They began fighting themselves. People wanted to leave Islam and they were fighting them. They were killing them, and Islam divided. It was divided into groups because they were fighting for power, and others also wanted to leave because Muhammad was their God. When Muhammad died, they did not see reason to remain as a Muslim, and those people who wanted to leave, they were killed. If you don't believe me, watch this video. What's the confession of this sheikh? He will say it himself. They know it. It began with sword, and with that sword Muhammad would have not win many souls. So this religion was created by Satan, but when Muhammad died, Satan lost. So he withdrew from Islam. So right now the Muslims, Satan is not with them anymore. They are hopeless and they are useless. That is why millions are leaving Islam, because Allah did not bring Islam to preach the Quran. When Muhammad started by preaching like the disciples preach, it did not work. So Allah changed his method by telling Muhammad that now go into the world. That is in Sahih Bukhari 4557, and fight people and tie chains on their neck to come and believe me by force. Because when the willing power of Satan does not work, he changed to become force, because Satan is a false god and he always likes doing things by force. That is who Satan is. It is God who gives us our free will to do as we want. But he said he will judge us on the last day. But Satan will not give you your free will. He will force you into his religion. And when you are trying to live, he will try to kill you. And that is what their hadith says. They are now using lies to defend Islam. So if you don't take care, they will use the lies to win more people, but they don't have the power now because the power was in the sword. So when you look at Saudi Arabia's flag, what did you see on the flag? You see two swords. That is the symbol of Islam, because Muhammad was called in Sahih Muslim 22 to fight the world until we said there is no God but. And he also said that he was sent to fight people. The Muslims are the good ones who fight people and bring them with chains on their neck to come and embrace Islam. They are the good Muslims, and they are the one Allah will give 72 virgins to in paradise. So if you are a Muslim and you don't fight for Allah, you are a bad Muslim according to their own books. But now they cannot use the sword and they are running away from the sword. So Islam is dead because Muhammad died with Islam and Satan has withdrawn from Islam, and now they are only using lies. So if Christians can come out in their numbers and put their mind in their apologetic ministry and trying to learn their hadith and their Quran from us to help the Muslims financially by liking and sharing, I'm telling you, the next 10 years, Islam, millions of people will leave Islam. You will be surprised. This is what God is telling me. So share this video for millions to watch and download it and show it to a Muslim brother. The verses I've given you prove it all, that Allah is Satan, and it is only Satan that forces people to worship him. Our God will never force anybody to worship him. Our God will never force anybody to fight people till they come and worship him. He gave the law to the Jews, and the Jews believe in him. They went in covenant with him that if they break his law, they should be stoned, they should be killed. God did not force them to go in covenant with them. They came willingly and accepted God. But Muhammad came into the world and nobody had covenant with his God, who is Allah. And he forced everybody to believe in Allah because we don't know him. We don't want to worship him, but he's forcing us to accept him. And that is the doings of Satan. If you read Quran chapter 29 verse 46, when Muhammad began his ministry fresh in Mecca, he started preaching like Jesus' disciples was preaching. He said, we believe in your God, you Christians and you Jews, and we also believe in your books. Listen very carefully. That is how he began. If Muhammad said he believed in the God of the Jews, why is Quran chapter 9 verse 29 saying, fight the Jews and the Christians till they believe in Allah? So when those ministry did not work, now Satan manifested himself and said, go and fight people till they accept me. So now he has to use the sword that Satan, who is Allah, gave to Muhammad, because the preaching ministry did not work. So the preaching ministry of Muhammad is what we are using today to prove that Allah is Satan, because that time he was saying good things about Christians and about Jews. But when that did not work, he went to Medina and hide for some time and get power and return back with another revelation. That is when he said, Allah said, I should fight the world till they believe in him. Quran chapter 9 verse 29 was revealed that fight the Jews and the Christians and even the idol worshippers till they accept Allah. So if we are all serving the same God, why do Muhammad have to fight us to accept Allah? So who is Allah? Who is Allah? Muslims, open your eyes. Allah is Satan. The things in the Bible are authentic. There is no corruption there. If you leave Islam, we will help you understand that Jesus is God in flesh and Allah is Satan, because Allah is the one who created Islam. Because of the disobedience of the Jews, he created Islam to destroy the world. Leave this religion. These are the evidence I am giving you. Allah is not God, he is Satan.